Well, beginning of the week, finally got a haircut, finally got a new shirt, and it finally rained over the weekend. Twice, Saturday night and Sunday night. It was pouring out. So that's perfect time because it didn't ruin the weekend. We could still do stuff outside, but we got a significant amount of rain both nights. We definitely needed it. So everything's a little wet this morning, but that's okay. Still got to get that shelf done. I watched some good videos over the weekend, gave me some good ideas, so probably this coming weekend will be my next opportunity. On Mondays because I have a bunch of yards that are smaller in size, so I can just knock them all out. I have 8 on one street. I've talked about it before, and they're smaller yards, so I can just knock them all out. And I have a couple other bigger yards that are in other neighborhoods close by, but as it gets later in the week, my yards get bigger and they take longer. So I really enjoy the feeling of being productive in the beginning of the week. So much so that I can actually get additional things done if I need to. Like this morning, I not only mowed 8 yards in one neighborhood, and then the other 2 yards that are close to each other in a different neighborhood, but I also trimmed up some shrubs for a client first thing this morning, so before it got too hot. So I mean, it's just really a good day to get a lot done and feel good about it and kind of get off to a good start for the week. Because like I said, as it gets later in the week, the yards get bigger, and I have some that are, you know, 3 or 4 together, grouped together at a time on the same street, and because they're bigger, it takes me longer to get those done. And with this heat, it's brutal. Because now instead of being out on your mower for, you know, 10-15 minutes at a time, back on the trailer, grab the trimmer, back on the trailer, and so on, you are out there in your mower for 30-40 minutes, knocking out 3 or 4 yards, and then back to your trailer, and then getting your trimmer, same amount of time or less, back on your trailer. So that's more time that the sun is beating down on you. Whether you have a sun hat, sunscreen, tank top, shorts, whatever, it's still hot and you're still sweating like crazy. You just can't you know, you can't hide from the sun when you're out there on the mower, trimming, whatever it is. So that really wears you down and makes you feel even more unproductive because you kind of start going a little slower when the sun's beating down on you. So it has been challenging this summer. All of the 100-degree index every single day for, I feel like, at least a month now. And then before that it was kind of hit or miss. A few days here and there were hot and then others not so hot. But how hot has it been for you guys? Has it been like this all around the country? I've been trying to, you know, keep an eye on stuff. I think everyone's a little bit above average in some cases. I know we haven't had rain for weeks, so we finally got rain this past weekend, so that's good. But surprisingly, people have been watering their lawns a lot more than they have in the past, so I haven't had to skip a single yard. Even if they grew a little bit, they still grew overall. So given a nice fresh cut, striped looked real good. Even if it's starting to go brown, it still looks good. So, you know, it's not crispy where I'm breaking the grass or anything, so it was still good. But we definitely needed the rain that we got. But yeah, this heat has been brutal. So hopefully you guys are staying safe and hydrated out there, cooling off. I got the AC blasting right now. I try to stay away from the AC as much as possible in my truck because I don't think it's necessarily good to constantly go from hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold all day long. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. So, you know, you gotta do those in-between breaks to get cooled off. But I'm done for the day. I'm heading home. Well, I'm dropping off my trailer first and then I'm heading home. Also, I've recently noticed that at a certain time, as long as the sun is setting, I can actually use the shadow in this back corner as I'm backing the trailer up to back it up perfectly. So once the shadow is gone, then I know I'm good to go. See? Not too shabby. Can't get too much closer than that. But you know, still learning. That's something that I picked up early on, and even at night when I come home at night, this light right here is on, and there's usually some sort of a glare in that back corner that goes away once the trailer is backed up to a certain point. So again, just learning, getting to know your equipment, your trailer, your parking area, etc. And makes it a lot easier now. You can just back it right in. I know exactly where to go. I used to have to stop and get out, stop and get out. This is always constant. I can't use this camper. You know, I used to use that wheel right there, like, oh, and where am I in position to that, like my door and all that, but the camper's not always here, so I had to come up with something that doesn't move. So this doesn't move, it's always there. So that's what I use. Everything comes with practice, right? Still working on the hitch situation though, backing that up. A lot of great ideas you guys gave me, thanks.